for the third time, they need to sit next to each other, and whoever stays up leaves, and that's it. And next week, it'll be whoever stays out of me, you, Jamaica, and Amber, and Jess, and we'll all be playing against Dick. So if one of us can't win, then we don't deserve to get one of them out anyway. You know, if it's a 4 or 5 to 1, then with everyone else with the common goal, it needs to be done. So
whatever. I wonder when they get to go out of town. Or...
Me too. I wonder what it'll be. I think it'll be something crummy.
Yeah, I think it'll be something in the races.
Could
be something with the motorcycles.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, what would be the point of having that as the theme?
Big old...
Exactly. I mean, it could just be they got a good deal on some mini choppers or something, but...
I doubt it.
I mean, clearly, I've done this act before. It's not like I'm not sitting here thinking, oh, you know, obviously it could be me. But if that's what she chooses to do, then for the second time in 3 weeks, she will have wasted her head of household week and not get out the person she wants. I'll stay here again, and I'll put her up again.
Well, she's dumb.
What?
Yeah, because
I think it's a bad idea.
Well, obviously.
That doesn't mean that she won't do it, but I think it would be a bad idea. Personally, I think our best play is to take one of the two of them out. But...
Well, yeah, because he figured, like, one of them two already don't, like you said, don't like him in the dirty house, so you might as well just have them be there.
They're also pretty much, at this point, like a complete pair with one another. They do not like them at all. They don't have their votes anyway.
Yeah.
It's like just
well, that's why would she put me up? Because who would she pair me with?
What?
Who would she pair me with?
I don't know.
You got you and Jess.
Yeah. Guess that one's out in the open.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, to get one of us out, she would have had to put two of us up together and then replacement with another third.
I agree. But they don't probably realize that. They don't probably realize
They just don't want to make anyone mad until they have it till the end.
They probably don't realize that you'd have my vote and I'd have your vote and we both have Jess's vote. So they probably don't realize that. So they probably think that whoever they will put up would be totally buried. So, and they don't realize that all we would actually need is one more vote and you'd have two people to try and get it from, you know? So.
Yeah. Well, because I feel like if Jess or I was up, then, like, Zach would vote for us to stay, obviously against Jamaica or Amber, because he hates them both.
I would think.
And then if you're up, then you'll get it from Jamaica or Amber, I'm guessing.
I mean, they might throw a vote to each other. They're certainly closer to each other than they are to me at this point, but I think I can mount a case why, strategically speaking, they'd be better off having me stay the fight Dick and Danielle, stay the compete in HOHs, which the other one doesn't really do, which, and have me be a big threat, you know. But to me, I'm not even going to deal with it until tomorrow. I'm not planning on scrambling, making some big production with Danielle. There's no point. I mean, if you have the conversation with her anyway, all you're going to find is that everything she says is a lie, so it doesn't make any difference. And the way I see it is, I don't even like doing this shit on Monday and Tuesday anymore, because every single week,
Wednesday, Thursday.
From Dustin, me staying, you know, Mike, Joe, straight on down the line, these things were decided under the wire at the 11th hour. So for me, I'm not even going to debate this shit.
All that was Nick.
Yeah, I'm not going to debate this shit until, you know, Wednesday afternoon, and then, fine, let's talk and see what's going on here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seemed like you weren't entirely yourself. I didn't know if it was the slop. I didn't know if you were worried or what. I don't know why you'd be worried, though, because you've done it 17 times before, and it's never seemed to get to you. I mean, I understand. It's not a comfortable place to be in. I understand that.
Well, I've never been to...
Actually made it to Thursday.
Yeah, well, I always said that the only way that I figured Danielle would try to get me out is to backdoor me.
That's how they try and get everyone out.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it'll be funny when we backdoor them eventually.
I'm not going to ever backdoor... Well,
there's actually no reason to. As I said, it's a sounder plan to put them both against each other.
Yeah, then Zach...
And it doesn't matter who wins the veto, so who cares?
And Zach goes to face and take away a vote.
Yep. Right, it takes away a vote, right, and if one of them comes off, big fucking deal.
stuff.
But we kept really obvious threats in the house. We damaged Jamaica and Amber.
How am I a threat?
What?
How am I a threat?
You've won
Oh,
a
because
lot
I
of
win
competitions.
stuff.
You memorize everything.
Oh.
You were supposed to be out in week 1, and you're still here.
Week 1.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying. You've been one of the people who has been obviously targeted for a long time, and nobody's gotten you out yet. So,
Yeah.
how am I a threat? Because everyone, for whatever reason, has decided I am one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how I feel.
But there's actually evidence
why
as to
did
why you're a
everyone
threat.
decide I
You've won
am?
2 or 3 vetoes and an HOH. I have not competed in any vetoes, and I've won 0 HOHs. So how am I a threat? I'd love to hear how that came to be, but I am, so it doesn't make any difference. It's people
Because
think
everyone
I am,
likes you.
then I am. What?
Because everyone likes you.
I don't think so. I think I'm one of the most hated people in the entire house right now.
By who?
I don't know, kind of everyone. I screwed over Jamaica and Amber big time this week. Vic and Danielle targeted me and tried to get me out desperately. Zach's never liked me, so...
But still, you got as me and Jess.
So you and Jess basically are the only 2 that actually do.
Well, then why was Dick poking you the other night to wake you up?
I have no idea. That was the part of the story that I didn't want to ask right then, but I thought it was curious in its own right.
I was like...
Well, I had just talked to Amber and Jamaica, so I'm guessing he was going to try and get information about this conversation.
Yeah.
Now, why he'd think I'd want to tell it to him is another story, but don't you feel like the last couple of days he started being a little bit meaner to you again?
Yeah.
I think so.
To just me? Or to you too?
Nah,
Just me.
I've noticed you more so, but I don't think that means anything. I just think that last week he was in a bad position, he needed your vote, and now this week he's happy and comfortable and in charge again, so he feels like he can get away with it a little more.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that too. Like, if he was trying to be mean to me, like, if they were gonna put me up, like, he obviously wouldn't be mean to me because he'd still want my vote at the end if I was gonna be in the jury house.
Well, I've said outright, and I'll say this to everyone in the house, and I could care less. I don't care if with every passing goodbye message, with every passing vote, I cost myself 7 consecutive votes on the jury.
Oh, I don't care.
I don't fucking care.
I've already asked for second.
What I will say is...
From day one.
It's impossible to win the game if you're not one of the final 2. So, if I am one of the final 2, then I'll plead my case and I'll lose, and who cares? But if you can't even have the opportunity to plead your case if you're not there. So,
is that why you would want to keep Dick in them?
What is it?
Oh, hate these. There's ants everywhere.
Ants.
Ants in my pants. There's ants all over the clean dishes. Oh. Zach.
Yep.
What are you doing? Laundry?
No, I'm brushing my teeth.